Jet Black, we are the people, Connecticut Raw Content. Y'all know what it is, man. Get it, my boy.
How you doing? The name Kyle.
What up, Kyle?
What up?
I'm an MP resident, but I live in Hartford. We just discussing, simple views, open discussion for Father's Day. How do you feel about the day, brother?
I feel like this. Happy Father's Day to all the true fathers and men that's out there in the world. I look at it like this. I'm proud of being a father. I'm proud of the day because I worked for this. I earned this. So I know a lot of men think that it's Father's Day, so they think because they have kids, they're a father. No, to me it doesn't work like that. To be called the father, you got to put in that father work, and as my social media, y'all can see that I does that. So shout out to all the real men out there. Shout out to all the fathers that's really standing on business.
I got something to say though. You know what I think, brother? As I look back and I through my mind's eye, I think about our forefathers, our grandfathers who had to go through the struggle just to get us where we at now, the luxuries we have now. And I salute that. I was just thinking about my father and everything he's done for me, beyond being gone. Reaganomics is a big topic we should discuss.
True. That's
because it had something to do with our forefathers. They took the jobs out of the community and put crack in it and gave us nothing.
They gave us something that's really going to kill ourselves. Devilish things. See, them just devilish things. You see what I'm saying? But being a human being, that's the best blessing in the world where people feel to realize they can't understand free will. We all have free will. So at the end of the day, if you can't control your free will, you will have a problem with this world, because that's the most beautiful thing in this world, to be able to do what you want to do. So nobody should be able to fool you. Nobody should be able to trick you, because you have your own choice. But people ain't dwelling off that. People just going. People ain't taught. People ain't teach the right teachings. People ain't grew up with both parents, mother or father, or probably one. Probably grew up with none. But it come a point in your time in your life, it's you.
Yeah.
It's you. So I'm not about to keep blaming my mother, my father. I'm a father. So I'ma blame myself for my wrongdoings, not what my parents left behind, because they told me the truth. They told me what to do. So now I'm using it and applying it in everyday life, and it's showing proof.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Accountability is everything when you stand as a man. So
listen, happy Father's Day, everybody. If you a stepfather, happy Father's Day to y'all, because y'all taking care of your girl, daughter, son, whatever. Listen, I don't have kids of my own, but I do have a daughter, and I love her. I care about her, and I'm doing what a man should do as a father. That's me. Happy Father's Day for everybody.
All right, we're going to jump right into the discussion like this. I'm going to ask you something like this, because we had a conversation about the other day. And like I say, people get real offensive when it comes to religion and things in that nature. So this is what I don't like to do. Because there's a lot of people that get you in situations and try to bait you in a situation to get you or show you that you're not a living proof of a witness or God blessings. You see what I'm saying? So I don't get into that, because you're trying to trick.
The question?
Okay, it goes like this. Why do people in society today, they act like they real, right?
Nah.
And when they get into a situation, they show their true colors, but they don't understand that they are children of God. Why do people act like that?
It has a lot to do with the concept. It's like when it's been removed from your concept or thinking, you're not gonna know right from wrong, and that's what the devil does. He removes the concept of having a moral compass or to know right from wrong. If you don't know who your God is, you're not gonna know who to worship. It throws you off. You're giving off balance. Okay. And what I'm saying is, it's been removed from society, so people don't have that cognitive thinking no more. You get what I'm saying?
So for instance, speaking about a person that know right from wrong. So I would say, if you know right from wrong, good from bad, how you don't know God from the devil?
Because the way he presents his package, you never know who it came from. He's able to use God's words against you. Remember, he asked Jesus when he took him on the mountains, throw yourself, for surely he shall send his angel to keep charge over you, lest you dash your foot against a stone. The way he presents it, you don't never know where it's coming from. You have to decipher if it's from good intentions or bad intentions. That's where you'll know the difference.
Okay. Y'all hear that? Connecticut Raw Content. Y'all know what it is. Just like we are the people. We just having a little live discussion on Father's Day. Shout out to all the cities. Shout out to all the states. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Shout out to all the single fathers out there. Y'all know what it is. Jet Black, we are the people, man. That's how we getting it this morning, man. You heard me?
Killer hell, man.
That's how we doing it. So, okay. So at the same time, it goes like this, though. The belief part about it, because people were just more... I have to see it to believe it. But they go through life not seeing things, but they believe it. But they just don't want to believe in God. But they believe in something else that's not there.
See, a lot of people... Because a lot of people learn through course of action. They have to be brought to the fire to go through it to see that it's real. But if you admonish God's word and you listen and you honor his word, or you try to put it in your best perspective, then you'll heed the warnings that he's giving you. There's certain requirements you got to meet, though, you know, to engage with God, you know, to have that experience. And what I'm saying is, some people, they think because they pray they're not worshiping, or they going to church. It's more than that, you know. It's a brotherhood. You got to be able to compromise and sacrifice some of your time and effort as a collection. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, that's why the streets ain't right. People think they bigger than, they need some humble pie.
So, and speaking in them terms, when you go to sleep at night and you wake up in the morning, that's not enough, because you're not waking yourself up. I believe that's the Lord. So that's not enough.
It's a false narrative with that, because you're granted a leisure and amount of time. Even the devil has clemency until a certain date.
So no matter what, that certain date is the date.
It's the date. But what I'm saying is, we as humans can change it through prayer and brotherhood and doing everything you got to do. This is real. You know, to send a message to another brother while he's still living. To admonish the words of God before something happens that's not according to his plan.
Gotcha. Y'all hear that? That's how we doing this. So I hope y'all been hearing. I hope y'all be listening. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all like. And make sure y'all drop a comment in the DM to let me know what it is, man, on this discussion. You know, we just kicking it, like I said, good energy, good vibes. You know, just asking the brother a couple of questions, what he feel about certain angles. You know, we always talk with each other, so I already know how he roll. I already know how his mindset think. You know, and I already know what he's about. So good energy, good vibes, and we just kicking it.
I got a question for you now.
Talk to me.
I was asking a brother this the other day. He couldn't tell me. What was the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament today? It seems like I'm going to give it a little more intricacy. It seems like there was two different gods. What was the common denominator in all of it now?
Well, I look at it like this. Like, my point of view, the Old Testament wasn't for us. The New Testament is us.
No, it was for us.
You know what I'm saying? No, not to say because the prophets and how the word got brought along. Yeah. But you got to think of the difference between back then and the New Testament. The New Testament. You look at the prophets in the Old Testament and you look at it in the New Testament. It's not different. It's just a different way of life. So it's hard to kind of teach that way of life if you're not living back there anymore. Yeah. To teach it now. So you got to give it to us on food. You got to give us the wisdom and the food on how we going to understand it. Now, that's just like if they kept it in the original language. But listen, we won't be able to understand it if we ain't learn the language.
All right, I'm going to tell you what I believe, and I think the pretense of the Old Testament and the New Testament. God's words never change. What he says, he says.
Yes.
Now, the people were with him when he parted the Red Sea. Remember, he came with the angel above him. They were spilling manna for them to eat. They didn't want that. They wanted more. They couldn't take just loaves of bread. What I'm saying to is, he was with the people. They knew of his might and his glory. Remember, he went to the mountain and he came down. They were worshiping the calf. They were blatantly disrespectful. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, now it says in the Bible, greater are those who haven't seen but still believe. You see what I'm saying? It's different. You know, we have a Redeemer now. Yes, but at the same time, it still was even, because it wasn't even.
Listen, okay, you saying it wasn't even, right? But remember, God is the all-knower.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
So you think he don't know if he did the same thing again, that destruction wouldn't happen again? Because there's probably more destruction now than it is back then. People wasn't getting bombed back then for nothing.
No, you're missing the concept of what I'm saying.
No.
What I'm saying is he showed evidence of his presence back then. And
but he do today.
Disobedient.
He does today.
He does, but what I'm saying is it's more evident back then. It was more evident, and it was known. They had laws and ordinances that they had to follow, and they kept disobeying.
We do too. The 10th Amendment. The 10th Amendment.
Of course, but
so we got laws we gotta follow. We just don't follow when we want to do what we want to do. Or we got laws to follow because we sinning.
Yeah, but they had more severe laws. They had over a couple hundred laws, and they couldn't equal up to it. That's why it got broken down into the 10 Commandments, because every other commandment superseded the other one.
Okay, now look at them back then. Now look at us. Yeah. We can't even handle 10 of the commandments, let alone.
That's why God said it was harsher back then. How
they had. Well, what I mean is, to give us 100 laws, that's a lot of laws when we can't even handle 10. In this day of life, we can't even handle 10. Yeah. Forget 100, because God just had one law. We want to obey that.
Yeah.
So, giving the people all these laws, knowing, shit, I only gave them 10. They fell on the 10, let alone they fell on 100.
Yeah.
His laws ain't laws to punish you. His laws is good laws. Yeah. So they have more, right, they have more laws, but their laws wasn't severe to the point on how we looking at it, to the point that they was bad law. They was God law. So nothing that God do and set is bad.
Yeah.
Wherever you feel or think that is bad is a sacrifice. Something else gonna happen when this happen, because it's setting up for something else to happen. So that got to happen, no matter what or how it happened. It got to happen.
Yeah.
So, however how he said it, or how this time is, it comes down to one thing. We all got laws to obey, and whether it was that day of life or this day of life, we do not obey no law. Even the ones we see, even the laws that's in front of our face, we don't even obey. So how you gonna obey God? Remember, if you can't respect the brother that's in front of you, or forgive the brother that's in front of you, don't come talking about
You're in
God.
a bad position, yeah.
Don't keep talking about God. You don't got no reason to talk about God, because you got to forgive who's in front of you first, bro. You got to be able to let go what happened to you first before you even get to God. If you ain't did that, then you never gonna reach him. Like, you got to submit. Until you submit and you walk in that, you will be able to see him better.
Yeah.
If you ain't do none of that, you're not going to see him how you want to see him. You're just going to talk about him, but you don't know what you're talking about. Connecticut Raw Content, Jet Black, we are the people. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the 37,000 subscribers. Make sure y'all catch us on Instagram, man. We love y'all. Happy Father's Day. Jet Black, we are the people. Shout out to all the cities. Shout out to all the states. Shout out to all the countries that follow us, man. We love y'all out there. We hope y'all blessed. We hope everybody stay blessed. And I'll be posting more videos after this. Make sure y'all leave me DM and hit that like button and let me know what it is. You heard me? I'm out.